The primary role of the moderators is to facilitate the debate between the candidates, enforce the rules, and provide the candidates with the opportunity to fact-check claims made by each other.
Fact-check claims made by each other. Fact-check claims made by each other.
Welcome to Behind the Curtain with the WatchWell Podcast, where we take on current and trending events. If you get anything out of this video, if you could just share it with one or two people and hit the subscribe button, we'd really like to reach more people. And it doesn't usually happen unless you find people, do us a solid, and share it. My name's Parker, and I'm the host of the WatchWell Podcast, and today we are going to be reviewing the debate. J.D. Vance walked into the debate ready to expose hypocrisy like it's his full-time job. And trust me, it felt like everyone in that room had a target on their back, including the moderators.
Thank you, Governor. And just to clarify for our viewers, Springfield, Ohio does have a large number of Haitian migrants who have legal status, temporary protected status.
Well, Margaret, but
thank you, Senator. We have so much to get to.
Margaret, I think it's important because
we're going to turn out of the economy. Thank
Margaret,
you.
The rules were that you guys weren't going to fact check, and since you're fact checking me, I think it's important to say what's actually going on.
Waltz kept harping on Trump's so-called inhumane policies, but Vance wasn't having it. He flipped the script, blaming the real family separation policies on open borders.
The real family separation policy in this country is unfortunately Kamala Harris's wide open southern border.
Yeah, because letting people flood in unchecked is so compassionate, right? The crowd, they heard him even when the moderators tried to silence his microphone.
Thank you, gentlemen.
The CBP One app has not been on the books since 1990. It's something that Kamala Harris created, Margaret.
The reality, fentanyl's killing more Americans than COVID, and the Dems are still on their Let's Feel Bad for Drug Mules tour.
Governor, do you care to respond to any of the specific allegations, including that the vice president is, quote, letting in fentanyl and using kids as drug mules, among other things, regarding children?
The drug mule's not true, but
Walz tried to sell Harris as some law enforcement queen, but Vance reminded him that the border czar, Kamala, her main accomplishment is pretending the crisis doesn't exist. It's like watching someone trying to stop a wildfire with a garden hose, except instead of water, it's just incompetence. Climate change. Vance laid down the real scandal. They're pushing green energy jobs by sending them to China. You know, the country that's apparently building solar panels with zero carbon guilt.
Something Governor Walz said I think is important to touch upon, because when we talk about clean energy, I think that's a slogan that often the Democrats will use here. And I'm talking, of course, about the Democratic leadership. And the real issue is that if you're spending hundreds of millions or even billions of dollars of American taxpayer money on solar panels that are made in China, number one, you're going to make the economy dirtier. We should be making more of those solar panels here in the United States of America. Some of them are, Tim, but a lot of them are being made overseas in China, especially the components that go into those solar panels.
Classic play, saving the world while making it someone else's problem. Fact check. Yeah, turns out China produces over 80% of the world's solar panels, and not exactly in eco-friendly conditions. And I want to thank the moderators for bringing that fact to the debate. Now, both men failed miserably on abortion. Miserably. Walz toted the DNC party line, calling murdering children in the womb via pill or abortionist, a name we use as a euphemism to feel better about hiring a hitman to crush, mutilate, or chemically destroy a defenseless child.
Healthcare.
It's interesting that when Walz is discussing the women who are headed off to the nearest Planned Parenthood, he uses arguments like geography doesn't change a human right.
Can we as a nation say that your life and your rights, as basic as the right to control your own body, is determined on geography?
I couldn't agree more with Walz on this, but probably not like he thinks. Vance stayed united with Trump, communicating passively a completely different tone than every other topic. He relinquished his boldness and ejected his courage through a bunch of words that amounted to a sissified sidestep to the issue. Mentioning Roe and how it's states' rights issue, however, the last time I checked, the morality of murder doesn't change when you cross a state line. Replay that geography point.
Is determined on geography.
Vance, when asked the question, should remain faithful to the faith in Jesus Christ that he claims, and when asked the question, should puff out his chest and emphatically say that abortion is murder, and I'm for the ban of murder, along with punishing those who murder. And then just let the crazies do what they do when they hear common sense.
You're get any f***ing worse! Ruth, you just had to make it to 2021! Off to people that are pro-life! I f***ing hate you!
Okay, so J.D. Vance, in closing, the most painful fact check of the night, he calmly shredded Harris's so-called achievements. He said what we're all thinking. If the administration's plan is so great, why hasn't Kamala done anything about inflation? Probably because she's too busy perfecting that condescending laugh and drawing Venn diagrams or something. At the debate last night, it was just haymaker after haymaker, ending in both candidates knocking themselves out on the whole abortion topic. I'm not telling anyone who to vote for, but I can say two things are for sure. There is nuance and debate on how Christians should handle Trump, but I can say pretty confidently that if you support the DNC and their policies, you're not supporting the Bible. Hey guys, it's Parker from the WatchWell Podcast. If you like this video, we want to go ahead and have you subscribe right here on this button. If you want to watch the full podcast episode, go ahead and click right here. And if you want to watch another WatchWell clip, go ahead and click right here. And remember, if you're going to watch well. We'll see you in the next one.